Hello everyone, my name is Tom. This yoga class is designed to get you feeling good in your body again. Sometimes we dedicate so much of our time to the responsibilities we have in our life that we forget to dedicate some time to getting our bodies and our minds feeling good to be able to handle those responsibilities. So if you've been feeling stressed, if you've been feeling like you're not quite connected to yourself, this yoga class is for you and it will help you feel like your mind and your body are flowing again. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your support. If you're new, would you please press that subscribe button? It helps me know that people like you support people like me making content on YouTube. Let's get to it. To begin with, we're going to do some light stretches into our upper body. So what I'd like you to do first is take your hands onto your legs, ground down into your sitting bones, and breathe into your belly, breathe into your chest. Sitting up nice and tall as you do so. And on the exhale, maintain the height that you've got and simply relax the shoulders, the neck, and your arms. Take 4 more breaths like that. Inhaling to extend, to lift. And exhaling to soften. Close your eyes, and for these last 3 breaths, take your attention to the flow of your breath and feel it coming and moving in and out of your body. Feel any tension that your body is holding soften. And on your next breath in, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, float your arms down. 2 more. Breathing in, extend your arms out and up. Breathing out, sweep them down. Last one. This time as you exhale, interlace your fingers and press your palms up. And as you inhale, bring your elbows wide, lift your chest up and lift your head up as well. Exhale to press away, drop your chin down. 2 more. Take your right hand onto your left knee, your left hand behind you, and for this twist, keep it nice and small. So just twist gently to your left side, turn your head towards your left shoulder, and draw your chin inwards to lift your spine up nice and tall. 2 breaths. If you feel like there's space after that first exhale, you might like to twist a little deeper. Then inhale back to center and sweep both arms up. Same thing on the other side, left hand onto the right knee, right hand onto into the space behind you, and just a gentle, gentle, gentle twist to begin with. Draw the chin in towards your neck and look towards that right shoulder. Take 2 breaths in and out. Come back to a neutral position, sweep both arms up. And exhale to bring your hands down onto your knees. Inhale to press your belly and your chest forward. And as you exhale, drop them back behind you and draw your chin in towards your chest. Inhaling, sitting up, pressing the belly and the chest forward. Exhaling to round back behind you, draw the chin in. 1 more. Just notice how your spine feels and what kind of body you're working with today. What I mean by that is, like, sometimes we feel that we're more flexible than we actually realize we are on a particular day. From here, we're just going to do one last little stretch into our lower backs before coming into the sequences. So what I want you to do, and I'll face the front of my mat so you can see me, is take your hands out in front of you and take a big breath into your belly and into your chest. And as you exhale, just tilt your chest forward until you find a stretch in your hips or your lower back. Once you feel that stretch, hold there, plant your hands flat on the floor, and draw your chin in towards your chest. When you do this, the back of your spine extends, and we get as much stretch as we would like out of the pose. Take 2 deep breaths here. And try to breathe into your lower back. Good. When you're ready, come forward onto your hands and your knees into a tabletop position. Extend your right leg out behind you and move the heel forwards and backwards to stretch into your hamstring. Then when you're ready, bring that knee in, step your left leg back and do the same thing. Practice when you're doing this, pressing your back up to the ceiling so as not to drop your back between your shoulders like so. So always keep it nice and lifted. And when you're ready, step back into a plank and let's hold here for 10 breaths. Now I know that's a lot, and if you need a break, you can drop one knee to the floor, but do your best to hold here and to feel your body strength and to practice using your core. 3. Draw the chin in towards the neck to keep your spine nice and tall. 4. Engage your thighs and your glutes. 5. You can do this. 3 more. 2. And then take a big breath in, and on 1, lower yourself down onto your belly and onto your chest. Good. Take your hands underneath your shoulders and let's start with a real gentle cobra. Press your feet into the floor, lift your chest up. As you exhale, roll your spine down. Take 2 more rounds of breath like that. Inhaling, lifting up, maybe squeezing the shoulders together, and exhaling, lowering down. 1 more. Nice and easy. Good job. Tuck those toes under, power up into a plank or a tabletop. And as you exhale, bend those knees and come back into your downward facing dog. Just bend your knees left to right, dropping one heel down and then the other. And allow your head to kind of hang forward from between those shoulders to get a sensation that your spine is extending towards the floor and towards your hands. And when you're ready, step your left leg up, or lift your left leg up rather. And as you exhale, step it forward to the top of the mat. Come down onto your fingertips and frame those fingers around or either side of that left foot. Flatten your back foot out on the floor. As you inhale, send your hips back. As you exhale, send them forward and sink them down. 2 more rounds of breath in that manner. Just dynamically stretching into your right hip. Last one. Maybe going a little deeper on that last stretch, so going forward a little more. Nice. And when you're ready, we're going to come back into a Half Hanumanasana. So all that is we're going to straighten our left leg, lift our left toes up off the floor, and come and sit back onto our right foot. Now, we haven't really warmed up too much, so we're not going to dive all the way in because that left hamstring might be a little tight. So sit back on your right heel. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can bring the right foot in towards your left thigh, just depending on where your body's at. Otherwise, sit up onto that right foot. Bring the hands either side of your hips. Inhale to lift your belly and your chest up and pull those left toes towards you. Now this might be enough for you today, or you might like to tilt your torso forward. But this is my limit today. This is where I'm feeling it. Just breathe into wherever you're feeling it too. Feel the stretch. Don't push beyond your limits. It just leads to injury. And that makes people think that yoga doesn't do good for their body and that it doesn't benefit them and that it's all a scam. And a part of yoga's lesson is to teach us to hold ourselves accountable to our ego. And sometimes our ego can get the better of us and it just wants us to power through like we're trying to score a goal. And it's quite hard for people in the modern world to kind of, and probably in the old world as well, I'm not implying anything in that sense, to forget that our egos have a lot of control over what we do. And that it's really up to us to hold ourselves to account and to make sure that we're being humble and self-aware. Tell me in the comment section below if you want me to go into any yoga philosophy. It's something that I've been thinking about creating videos on, but I don't know if there's interest out there, to be honest. And then let's come back into this class and take a big breath in. Sit up nice and tall and exhale. And if there's a little bit more space that you're feeling in your body, maybe you fold a little deeper. Good. When you're ready, we're going to draw the left knee out wide and bring the left foot towards the right knee. And we're bringing ourselves into a deer pose, or I think it's swan as well. It looks like this. So your left foot is on your right knee, and your right foot is just turned out to the side, and it's normal for your right hip to lift. A lot of people think they've got to get it down and it feels weird. It's not necessary. That left shin should be facing the top of your mat. Take your hands beside you. Inhale to breathe into your belly and into your chest. And as you exhale, fold yourself forward. You should feel a nice stretch in your glute. I'll turn myself forward so you can see. You should feel a stretch in the glute and in the side of that leg. It is exactly what we're going for. Take 2 more breaths here, finding your edge, your limit. Good, and when you're ready, we're just going to slide ourselves forward as unawkwardly as possible, step back into a plank, and I know it's not popular, but we need it. Take 5 deep breaths in and out. Engage those thighs, engage the glutes, and notice if you can feel a difference between the left and the right hamstrings. My left one feels way more open now. One more breath, you got this. Breathe it in. And as you exhale, lower yourself down. Nice and slow. We're going to come into those 3 cobras again. So press down into your feet and your hands and lift yourself up. And as you exhale, roll your spine down. 2 more. Squeeze those shoulders together. Exhale down. Last one. Nice and slow. Good. Tuck the toes under, power up into a plank, and then come back into your down dog. Breathing in, exhale back, down dog. And again, notice the hamstrings. Notice the left and the right one. My left one tends to be more closed and tight than my right because I'm right leg dominant or right side dominant. But it certainly feels about even right now, to be honest, which is nice. When you're ready, take a big breath in, lift your right leg up. And as you exhale, step your right foot forward to the top of the mat. Take your fingertips and frame them around either side of your right foot. And flatten your back foot out on the floor. Inhale to send your hips back. And exhale to send them forward. Sink them down. 2 more rounds of breath like that. Last one. And if there's more space in your hips, you might like to take your stretch a little deeper, sink a little deeper into the pose. Cool. When you're ready, press down into your hands and that front foot. Send yourself back into that Half Hanumanasana. It's not really a Half Hanumanasana when I think about it. It's just a one-legged forward fold stretch. 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤 something. It doesn't matter. We're stretching into the hamstring. Take your hands either side of you and flex those toes back towards you. When you do this, you extend the back of your hamstring. And when we extend the back of the hamstring and then extend our spine nice and tall, we kind of get the maximum amount of stretch that we can get out of this asana. So flex those toes towards you, breathe into your belly and into your chest. And as you exhale, find that limit. And the stretch should feel good. It shouldn't feel painful. It shouldn't feel like you're straining. Your face should be nice and relaxed. And it's just coming to that limit, that wall of where the stretch feels good. And if you took it beyond that, it would feel crap, or you would have to strain to be there, to stay there. You don't want to be straining. Hold there and take 3 deep breaths. And see if you can relax wherever you feel the stretch, using your mind and consciously relaxing that space. Feeling it soften. And when you're ready, you can take that right foot and bring it to the left knee. So you just rock over onto your right hip to do that. And with this left foot, you're turning the toes out to the side and coming into deer pose, or I think it's swan pose. One of those two. Take your hands either side of that right leg. Just bring them forward really. Know that it's okay to have that left hip lifted, and it does and will feel awkward. But as you bring yourself forward, and as you feel that stretch in the outside of the right leg, it should feel less awkward and it should feel quite nice. Take 3 deep breaths into this stretch. Good. And after that exhale, gently press into your hands and bring yourself up. And the last little stretch we're going to do today is we're going to bring ourselves into a seated position. Bring our feet together, take our feet towards our hips. Inhale into the belly and the chest. And as you exhale, we're going to reach our chest and our belly forward. Press our arms down into our legs and find a stretch in the groin area. Take 3 deep breaths in and out here. And after that exhale, what you might like to do is bring your feet out forward, slide your hips to the top of your mat, bring yourself all the way down onto the floor, and keep the legs open. If that feels comfortable for you, you can stay there, or you can bring your feet flat on the floor and drop the knees in. So just pick a pose that feels good, and then take your hands onto your belly and onto your chest. And let's take 5 deep breaths in and out through the nostrils to settle ourselves here. If you feel like staying here a little bit longer, you're very welcome to. Otherwise, take your hands either side of your legs and lift them together before bringing them into your chest. Circle them a couple of times. Your body should feel nice and open and stretched. And when you're ready, rock yourself up to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. Let's close the class with 3 breaths of meditation. So make sure you're sitting nice and comfortable and your hands are together at your heart center. Take 3 deep breaths in and out and just try to soften and relax into this pose. Thank you very much for joining me in today's class. If you do want me to go into a little bit more yoga philosophy, please let me know in the comments below. It'll be really helpful for letting me know that you are interested in those kinds of topics. And I'd love to explore them if that's the case. Have a wonderful week. And if you're not subscribed already, please press that red button below. Namaste. Hello yogis. If you enjoyed that class, then you might enjoy this class. You can click on the video to either watch it now or save it for later.